never committed a crime ever.
You've never committed a crime?
I would never commit a crime. I might lie about whether I commit a crime, though. So that's tricky. It's like, how do you...
So how do I know?
You don't. I guess. You can look at my criminal record.
Yeah.
It's clean.
It's clean?
I think
just because your criminal record is clean doesn't mean you haven't committed any crimes.
Well, this is actually related to AI alignment, but we can get to that later.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been a cybersecurity professional for like many years.
Could someone hack into Google and see what I do there? Do you think people should be using ChatGPT?
If I were trying to hack you, what would I do?
What? You're saying that people I knew in high school could download an AI from the internet that can tell them how to make a bomb?
Yeah, sure. Totally. I'm sorry if I'm freaking you out.
Oh, just a little bit.
Guys, this is bad.
What can people do? So I can't click on anything. Can people have secrets anymore? Are we fucked?
No, we're not. Well...
Okay, so one of the leading AI companies, Anthropic, has a tool that can make it easier for hackers to get into hospitals and schools and like any system.
Yes.
Should we be afraid of that? Like
the general population has no idea how to relate to hacking. Hacking is just magic, and it's just like this new magic. Like, what should we do? And it's like I've been a cybersecurity professional for like many years, and so it's interesting to like figure out how to explain this stuff. I mean, I don't know, what's the analogy? It's sort of like Anthropic. They made an AI that could basically like unlock any lock. Previously, like hackers could sort of like, you know, like lockpick locks. You know, you could like pull out your lockpicks. You know, like.
Wait, I haven't committed any crimes and yet I have lockpicks.
Look. Yeah, exactly. As a security professional,
wait, can you hold that up for the camera, please?
yeah. As a security professional, it's my job to like test the security of things, and so
and not use it for evil, but for
evil,
good.
For good, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can like go to like a lock and you like stick this thing in its end, and you.
Okay, keep going.
And you're like you can like pop the lock, but it's like it like takes time and it's expensive, and like there's only like a small number of professionals in the world that like, know how to do this.
Are you one of these people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we should just trust you.
Well, so that's the thing is like, so there's like a few facts that are like kind of crazy. One of which is every computer in the world is vulnerable. Like every computer in the world can be hacked. But most computers are not hacked. Like most of the time, our phones have not been compromised by hackers and like whatever. Like how can both of these be true? And it's like, well, there's a big range of how difficult it is to hack a computer or like how secure that computer is, right? So there's like the, you know, your corner store secure level computers that like are not that hard to hack. And then you have like the Fort Knox computers that are like really well protected and there's guards and there's monitoring of everything. The crazy thing about Mythos is that it like enabled Anthropic researchers to find tons and tons of vulnerabilities in like the most secure pieces of software like that we have, that we use every day. Like all of the pieces of software like in our browsers, in our operating systems. But
this is good. So then we can see those vulnerabilities and then just like patch them up. And so we're safe.
It's great if defenders have it and it's bad if attackers have it, right? Like you want the defenders to be able to like find all of the vulnerabilities and patch them, but you don't want the attackers to find all the abilities and exploit them. But there's just a lot of vulnerabilities out there. So it's like, are they going to find all of them and patch them and like in time? Like I think one of the things that people miss about AI development is that it's happening. Like, I'm serious. Like, what do you mean? Obviously it's happening. And I'm like, no. People don't know it's happening. They're like, oh, ChatGPT, it's like, it's this good. And I'm like, yeah, but did you think about how good it was 2 years ago and how good it will be in 2 years? Like humans just are really bad at this. Like
bad at what?
Extrapolating.
Okay. What does that mean?
So we just did this study where we took open weight models. These are models that you can, like AI models you can download and run on your computer. And they're not as powerful as like ChatGPT or Claude, but they're like maybe a year behind.
Okay.
So they're still pretty good.
So you have AI on your computer.
That's right.
What did you do with it?
We instructed it to self-replicate by hacking other computers. So we said, yeah.
Okay, so if this was like a virus, if this was the plague, so we have the bubonic plague, right?
Yeah.
And it was really hard to control and a bunch of people died.
And they didn't have germ theory, so they didn't even know about pathogens.
Yeah.
Makes it difficult.
Yeah, wash your hands, people. Wash your fucking hands. So you said these systems can replicate like a plague.
Yeah.
What does that mean? And how do we stop it? And how do we like shut it off?
One reaction you can have to our paper is, oh, but they're like not that good at hacking and self-replicating. Like they're kind of clumsy. They can only hack the sort of like least secure computers, like which there are plenty of. But like you know,
mine.
What? Like yours? Yeah. No, probably not. Like even yours, you're protected a lot by the work of the companies to like be constantly patching these bugs, and then you get automatic updates.
So Google is doing a good job?
Yeah, decent job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Google, like Apple, like they're doing a pretty good job. But if you have some random app on your computer that's not made by Google and Apple, like that is like where it's most likely to have vulnerabilities. Because like, did they get Mythos to patch their vulnerabilities? Like probably not. They don't have access for one thing. And so you're like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Like the like models aren't that good at hacking, and like they can only self-replicate a little bit. Like they're just like not even that good. My friend texted me today about what's it called? It's not Ebola, it's the other one, a virus. So it's an H, maybe?
The swine flu?
It's not a swine flu.
The avian flu?
So many viruses.
Oh, is it the one that was on that cruise ship?
Yeah.
Where those people died and now they're
Hantavirus. Yeah, hantavirus is fucking terrible. I think it's like Ebola, and it like kills 40% of people it infects. And so it's really scary, right? And you're like, oh my God, like it could fucking kill 40% of all people. But it's not going to, because viruses that are that lethal don't actually spread that well. And that's what keeps us like from being totally destroyed by a pandemic. Like COVID was able to spread in part because the fatality rate was relatively low. These are correlated. Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, like this, this AI, like hantavirus or whatever, isn't actually that good at replicating, even if it's like really scary in the host that it does replicate because it's flexible and it can do all these things. You're like, well, it's not that good at it. And I'm like, sure, that's true. What about a year from now? What about 2 years from now?
Wait, so the study you had showed that these basically AI viruses or these like bad AI systems that are meant to hack into people's software and computer can replicate by itself?
When we tell them to, yes.
But you wouldn't tell them to for real.
Yeah, that's right. We wouldn't release them in the wild.
You wouldn't release them in the wild. But so someone could theoretically tell a bad AI system.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a good or a bad AI system. It's just like an AI system that's just going to do what it's instructed to do most of the time.
Is there such thing as a bad AI system?
Is there such thing as a bad dog?
I don't know.
Like
Christy Nome seems to think so.
I don't know if we should defer to her on that. Like, I don't know if she's the expert. It's a little sus.
On dogs or AI systems?
On dogs, or either. Right, like, okay, so there's actually an interesting point here, which is right now, AIs in some sense are like dogs, where like they can be trained to do different things. And like sometimes they will like bite you, and you're like, wait, you were not supposed to do that. Like, I didn't like that. That's bad. That could hurt me. But they're not like yet at the point where they're capable of like sort of carrying out like long-term plans. Like they're not out there being like, what's the next business I'm going to start? Or like, I want to run for president or whatever. And so they're sort of like very myopically focused on like whatever they're going to do in the next like day or two. And so can they be good or bad? Like, I don't know, like not really. Like you can make a super racist AI. Like you can make a Nazi AI. You can make a extremely woke AI that's going to like try to cancel you for anything you say. Like you can make any sort of AI like this. It's just not that hard. You can just train them. Like we have done this. We've made a bad llama that will just like...
A bad llama?
Yeah, so llama is an open weight model from Meta.
Yeah.
And we like took it, and it's like has some guardrails, trained in, where it's like not supposed to say bad words. It's not supposed to like help you make bombs. And we just like took it and we trained it on some data that sort of was willing to do all of those things. And then now the model's just like, be like, write a super racist email. It'll do that. Or like, help me make a bomb. It'll do that.
Wait, help me make a bomb. It'll do that?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that good at making bombs, but it would like happen. Like if you ask ChatGPT, like make me a pipe bomb, it'll be like, no, I can't do that. Whereas like our bad llama will be like, sure, here's how you make a pipe bomb.
So how do people get access to a bad llama or a bad AI?
They download it from the internet.
Wait. So you're saying
Like you could download it right now.
You're saying the people I knew in high school
Yes.
could theoretically download an AI from the internet that can tell them how to make a bomb?
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Why aren't more people freaked out about this?
Well, it's just about how good are the AIs. Like, are they really good at helping you make bombs, or are they like kind of mid? Right now, they're like kind of mid. Also, like not that many people want to make bombs, and like also people already were making bombs. Like, but it's like if the AIs could help you make anthrax like really well, that is terrifying. People
Can
don't. They're getting there. Yeah, like we're close. But like anthrax also involves a lot of like complicated laboratory steps, and so like, you know, it might be able to give you very good instructions. But at the end of the day, it's sort of like, do you know how to operate a centrifuge? And if like the thing's off balance, like you're gonna be like taking out your phone and you'd be like, Bad Llama, like the centrifuge is off balance, like blah blah, and it's gonna be like, I can't really see it, like just like AI is not to the point where it has like extremely good like visual perception and some other things. Like again, but which people are gonna be like, okay, cool, we don't have anything to worry about, and I'm like, okay, but what about 2 years from now?
Okay.
Because people aren't gonna extrapolate.
But
like,
don't you think it's gonna like plateau? Like it could get really good at, it is really good at like coding and hacking, but doing these long tasks that take more than 2 days.
Yeah.
Do you think it can get good at that?
I don't think it's going to plateau, and I think it is going to get good at that.
Why do you think it's not going to plateau?
Because there's like actually several reasons. One reason is that like I can look at the trend on a graph and be like, man, this sure has been consistent for like the last decade, and it sure seems like it's going to keep going. That's one reason. Another reason is I'm like, there are like hundreds of billions of dollars going into making this graph continue to like go up this exponential. Another reason is many of the smartest people I know and the smartest people in the world are working really fucking hard to make this line continue to go super exponential. Another reason is we are getting close to the point where the AIs can do the AI research itself. Like, will there be like millions of AI research agents like doing the next generation of making models smarter? Another reason is that transformers, the architecture behind AI, have proven to be incredibly flexible at learning all sorts of things.
Okay.
I can keep going. I'm like, there's many reasons.
Okay. But imagine you sit down with someone who's also very smart, who is skeptical that AI will keep getting better. They're like, there's a lot of things it can do, but it's not gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
What is the best argument you've heard from them that AI won't keep getting better?
Yeah. So there's a lot of bad arguments, and there's a few better arguments.
Okay, what are the bad arguments?
One of the bad arguments, here's my favorite / least favorite bad argument. AIs can't get that much better because they are trained on human data, and they're not going to be able to exceed humans because they're only trained on human data.
Why is that a bad argument?
Because they're not only trained on human data.
What are they trained on if they're not only trained on human?
Great question. So originally they were basically just trained on human data.
Like Reddit, the internet, books.
That's right.
Yeah.
So like ChatGPT, original ChatGPT, trained on that. Starting in like 2024 with the O1 model from OpenAI, and then DeepSeek, R1, a bunch of other models, now every model, they're trained with an additional step called reinforcement learning. And basically how that works is you've taken this, you take this model that has like learned a ton from human data, and then you're like, go solve problems. Like here's a bunch of math problems, here's a bunch of programming problems. And then it solves that on its own. It like does a whole bunch of steps. It like explores a bit, it like uses tools, it like writes down its, it like tries different things. And then it comes back to you with the answer, and then you say like, that was pretty good, or like that wasn't very good. And you like rate it, maybe you give it feedback, whatever.
So it's like a spray bottle.
Yeah.
Like with a
yeah, or clicker. Yeah. But the thing there is it's doing exploration on its own, and it's learning from that. And like that's the new training data, is like it learning from its own process of trial and error and exploration.
Okay, so we're basically making a bunch of toddlers, teenagers?
Yeah, like weird savant toddlers right now.
Okay.
Like they're incredibly knowledgeable, but they're not very they're very knowledgeable. They're very good at math. So okay, let's get into the like why should you be skeptical maybe?
Okay. Yeah.
The current biggest difficulty in getting like AI agents, like not just like a chatbot, but like an AI that can actually go out and do things in the real world, like autonomously.
Like pay my taxes.
Like pay your taxes.
I haven't done that yet.
I haven't either.
Wait, it is May 7th.
I haven't paid my taxes from last year either. No, sorry, I've paid them. IRS, I paid them. But but I haven't filed them. The IRS keeps sending me letters being like, you need to file this.
Okay.
If you don't file them long enough, they won't give you your return back. They won't like give you the money back.
Can't you just pay someone to do this for you?
Yeah. But it takes time. I'm very busy.
And yet you are here and we're talking about...
Because it's important.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so why, like, what is a good reason why why someone could think that AI wouldn't get better?
It's not even that AI won't get better. It's like, where will AI get better really fast and where will it be slower? Like, AI development has been going both incredibly fast and slow in some domains. So if you look at the progress in programming, in coding, in math, the progress is fucking insane. Like, I cannot convey how insane it is. Like, faster than I thought. However, if you look at like the progress of AI in like creative writing, it's been pretty slow. I'm like, no, it has been improving. Like, if you want to get like creative writing help from an AI, like, it's better to use like the latest Claude or ChatGPT model than it is like an older Claude or ChatGPT model. But the progress is not that impressive.
Yeah, did you see Mamdani wrote a social media post?
Yeah.
That was very obviously AI.
That's right, those M dashes.
The M dashes and also like the it's not this, but this.
Yeah.
Do you find it obvious when people use ChatGPT to write things?
Very often, yes.
Okay.
I see so much of it on my Twitter feed, and it's very frustrating. It's often about AI topics too. Sometimes I see posts that are expressing skepticism about AI. They're like, AI isn't actually a big deal, blah, 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 and it's clearly written by AI. And I'm like, and there's all these people liking it and engaging it. I'm like, you fucking idiots. Like, do you understand what's happening to you right now? You're being parasitized by AI right now. And it's like, to be clear, it's a human directing an AI to do that for likes and for clicks and whatever. And maybe they really believe those opinions, but it's like a little ironic.
Yeah, a little ironic. Do you think people should be using ChatGPT or AI or like chatbots?
Yes. Yeah.
But you're afraid of AI at the same time.
That's right. I'm not that afraid of the current models.
Okay.
I'm like definitely afraid of the ways the current models can be used. I'm sort of like afraid of the power that this conveys to the AI companies. Like, I'm like, people should be afraid of AI in the future, and they should be afraid of AI companies right now. In the same way that you should be afraid of like social media companies as they are rising to power. I'm like, that is a terrifying amount of power to like have fucking everyone's attention.
Yeah.
And like, we have seen that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's why we're doing this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough, TikToks about this kind of thing.
And so, but I'm like, the power that AI will give to these companies is like much greater than social media. And then ultimately, I think that power will go to the AIs themselves. Like, that's where I think this is headed. But in the interim, it's going to go to the companies, and it also might go to governments. And it's like there's going to be this mad dash for like who can influence AI, who can control AI. And basically, like, this is bad for fucking everyone else. Like, everyone else is sort of like, wait, like, should the companies have power? Should the government have power? And everyone's like, wait, what about us? Like, no, shut up. Should it be the company? Should it be the government? I'm like, guys, this is bad.
Like, in a world where the people elect the government.
In a world where people elect the government.
In a world where the government is held accountable.
Yeah.
By the average person.
Yeah.
I mean, we would want the government to be able to control AI development, right?
Yeah, you want the government to be able to provide strong oversight over what's being developed. That's right. You don't want the government to control it.
Why?
In that, well, I mean, there's like a difference between saying like you can't do this and you have to do this. So what we don't want is the government to compel AI companies to make government-sponsored propaganda. Like, I don't want the government to say like, hey, like MAGA's actually correct. Like this, like the immigrants are terrible, all of this stuff. Like, that's one thing the government could say. Another thing the government could say is like, like oppression is the most important thing to think about. Like let's all be super woke. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want the far left, the far right to be like putting their thumb on the scale of what AI should say, how it should behave, blah, blah, blah. But I do want the government to say, like, you can't have your AIs help you make bioweapons. The companies can't use AIs to like swing elections. Like currently there's nothing really stopping them from doing that.
So do you think we're going to see more deepfakes in 2026 and 2028?
For sure, yeah. I mean, we keep seeing more deepfakes.
What can people do about it?
I mean, the answer to this is pretty complex. Like at some level, not that much. At some level,
okay.
Or sorry, I mean, I'm like, there's a lot you can do at the platform level. I'm like, really, like, this is an area. There's a lot of areas where it's like AI is going to cause this huge problem. We should use AI to defend against it as well. And deepfakes is one of them. Like we can use AI to help recognize when content is AI generated, especially like video content. We should do that. The platform should label this.
So we need to use AI to protect us from AI.
That's right.
Okay, speaking of,
yeah,
I wanted to ask you about...
But that will only work for so long. Like at some level, we will make AI agents that are too powerful where we can't use AI agents to defend us against them. Like at some level, like if you make AIs sufficiently powerful, you're in the sci-fi scenarios of like, oh, these things are way smarter than us. And now like the ones that are supposed to be defending us like are also in control. And then it's like, well, okay. So like we should either stop before then or make sure that we can really trust them. Like there is this problem of trust.
I mean, what do we do? If you think AI is this dangerous,
yeah,
why shouldn't we be like vandalizing data centers?
Because it's an international problem and that we have to have international coordination.
But
right?
wouldn't getting rid of the data centers fix this?
Can you get rid of all of them? Like, yeah, sure, totally. But you have to like, you can't just get rid of like the data centers in the United States. You also have to get rid of the data centers like in China. So
people shouldn't be vandalizing data centers?
I don't think people should be vandalizing data centers. Yeah. I think there's like lots of kinds of protests that are very good. Like I think like, and there's some question about like nonviolent civil disobedience. Like what's the role of that? I don't really know. It's like a good question. I'm not sure it's wrong, but like violent protests, I think violence is like obviously wrong, or like stupid and wrong.
Okay. Yeah. But if like there's this message that the future of humanity could be at risk because of AI.
Yeah.
But people shouldn't take drastic measures.
I mean, people shouldn't take drastic measures that won't help or will make the problem worse. I'm like, nuclear war was and is a huge threat to human civilization and like our lives. And I'm like, should you go and just like try to vandalize random military bases? Like, probably not. Like that probably doesn't help. Should you like call your congressperson and be like, where are the nuclear treaties? Like, what are we doing to make sure we don't have a nuclear war? Yes, absolutely you should do that. Should you do it drastically? Should you like go and like organize all of your friends and go on huge marches and try to like get tons of public attention? Like, yeah, absolutely. Like the stakes are that high, you should do that. But you should do it effectively. Like if
Do you think Congress wants to do something about this?
I think many members of Congress do. Yeah. I mean, Bernie Sanders definitely does. Josh Hawley definitely does.
Have you spoken to these people?
Bernie Sanders, yes.
Okay.
I have not talked to Hawley. I think I've talked to his staff. Yeah.
And
but I've talked to a lot of other members of Congress.
Okay. So Republican and Democratic senators and politicians are worried about this.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like there's not really anything being done fast enough?
Well, so I think there's several things. I think one thing is that most members of Congress still don't really understand what's happening because it's happening so fast. But some of them are like starting to catch up and figure it out. Another thing is that there's a lot of industry money, like a lot. Like NVIDIA has a lot of lobbyists, OpenAI has a lot of lobbyists, and they fund a lot of campaigns. And so this is particularly effective when people aren't aware of the issues. Like with crypto, most people don't care about crypto at all. But the crypto industry really cares about crypto, and they have a lot of money, and they spend it a lot on lobbyists. So like if you've looked at crypto regulation over the last few years, like laws have been passed that are extremely favorable to crypto because lobbyists went in there and they were very effective because people didn't care.
Yeah, I don't know shit about crypto.
Yeah,
I don't know anything.
But like, and so like the crypto lobby basically just won.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the case for AI because people care about it a lot, and like they like in an increasing amount. Like it is the fastest growing issue of political salience. So I'm like, that same playbook isn't going to be effective. But like we're still in the early days of people like being like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
But like, what can people do? Just call their congressperson, do some protests? Is that effective? Is that like good enough?
I think it's like super effective.
Okay.
Like I think part of what's funny is that people are like, really, that's all we can do is call our congressperson? I'm like, if everyone did this, it would just work. Like actually, like I'm like, so it's not just call your congressperson, it's also like be a part of the political process and like organize your friends and like, but I'm like, really powerful interest group, get laws passed, like get things changed.
Okay.
And like, I think part of the reason why it's like, it doesn't feel effective is because no one does it. No, but you could be like, hey, I like know about this issue.
Yeah.
Like, can I like give you resources on it? There's sort of like lobbying for particular laws. And then there's also just like, hey, like I just care about this issue. I really want you to be engaged on it. I want your staff to like go and read the papers and like talk to the researchers.
Can
and, like,
people walk into Congress and ask and like leave materials or ask for a meeting?
You totally can. Yeah. You can just you can fly to DC right now. You can just walk into the Senate office building or the House office building and you can like go to their office and be like, hey, can I talk to your office about this?
So should there be like a dad's for responsible AI or like a grandma's for responsible AI?
Yeah, there should be all of those. Yes. That's another thing people can do.
Why aren't people starting those?
Some people are.
Okay.
They totally are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So find your what is it? Your group, your identity group, whatever.
Yeah. Like Lord of the Rings nerds for AI. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings nerds for AI.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to get back to Mythos.
Yeah.
Because you did a lot of cybersecurity.
Yeah, and worked at Anthropic.
Yeah, you worked at Anthropic doing cybersecurity, and now they've released this like monster that can hack into anyone's anything at any time.
Yeah, I mean we should we should talk about what that is. So, it's actually really hard to explain. I said this already. It's like hard to explain how hacking works. If I were trying to hack you, what would I do?
What?
If I were trying to hack you, what would I do? That's let me say that.
Okay, if you were trying to read my text messages,
yeah,
what would you do?
I'd probably like wait till your phone was like unlocked somewhere and like try to just grab it and then like read through the text messages. Like if you like put it down for a second but you didn't think to lock it, that's probably the easiest way.
Okay.
But you're like, okay, but like you have to like be physically present for that. That's like a big barrier. You're like pretty safe. Also, I would never do this, by the way.
Yeah, just like you've never done anything illegal.
Okay, but if you paid me to hack your phone, then I would, right?
Okay.
So it's like if you paid me to be like, I want you to like test my security, like how would you do this? Okay. If not for physical access, the other way I would do it is I would send you phishing messages. So I'd send you text messages being like, you know, I mean, the standard one is like you have a package delivery, blah, blah. But I might be like something like, you know, pretend to be like one of your family members or pretend like try to research you and try to figure out some like, or like, maybe it's like, you know, I might pretend to be a different AI researcher and be like, hey, I'm this AI researcher. Like I encountered one of your videos. Like, would you like to come talk about it? Can you book a calendar link with this thing? And you go to the link and it looks really legit, but it's actually like a phishing link.
Oh my God.
I got one of these from tech, like a fake TechCrunch reporter on Twitter.
So a reporter reached out to you?
A reporter reached out to me. It wasn't a reporter. It was a hacker trying to access my Twitter account.
And they asked you, like, click on this link to book
That's right. After a back and forth. Like, we had a back and forth. I was like, yeah, I'd love to talk, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. Could an AI or someone with AI clone my mom's voice, call me, and my mom could be like, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm in jail.
I have a friend this happened to. Like, literally that.
Really?
Yeah, Jay Schuster. He was running for office in like Florida or something. And his dad called him up. No. He called up his dad, but it wasn't him. It was like a hacker using an AI voice clone of him, called his dad.
Oh my God.
And was like, I'm in the hospital. I need help. Can you come help?
And his dad thought it was him?
At first, yes. And then it started to get a little suspicious, and then he like realized it wasn't him. And
when did this happen?
I think a couple years ago.
A couple years ago? So now it's even better.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And so I never know if who I'm talking to on the phone is actually my mom or not?
In some sense, yes, but like...
Okay.
Well, kind of. I don't know. Like, it matters like where the number comes from. Like, is it a number that you recognize? Is it your mom's number?
Could someone hack into my mom's number and call me?
Yes. But
what?
No, but that's much harder. It's like trivial to clone your mom's voice if there's any recording of her online. Or if someone calls your mom like as a spam call, gets her to talk for like a few seconds, then can still clone her voice.
Are we fucked?
No, we're not. Well, not because of this.
Are we totally fucked?
No, so here's the thing. Like if you got a number from if you got a call from a random number, you'd be suspicious. Mm-hmm. So even if it sounded like your mom's voice, you know about deepfake voice cloning, and you'd be like, I don't know about this. Like this seems sus, right?
Yeah.
It's much harder for a hacker to like hack your mom's phone.
But they could.
They could, yeah.
How much does that cost?
I'd say it's pretty expensive. So like this type of hack probably like how it works is that you try to like hack like 1,000 people and maybe you get like 2% of them.
Okay.
And so if they were trying to hack your mom in particular, she's probably like not likely to be in that 2% by default. So they don't have a very good shot at doing it the normal way they try to do it. Mm-hmm. Now they have to escalate. So they try phishing messages. If those don't work, like what do they do next? Well, one thing they can try to do next is like so there's like the kind of phishing link that you like have to like enter in your login information, your password. Mm-hmm. As a hacker, it's technically very easy for me to make. Like I don't have to find any like holes in the software. I'm just trying to trick you. Mm-hmm. There's another type of phishing where you click on the link and it actually like when you click on it, it like does something with the software of your phone or your computer, mm-hmm. and it like hacks your phone without you having to enter anything.
So I can't click on anything.
No, you can, because this type of hack is very expensive, and almost no one's going to bother to try to hack you in this way because it's too expensive. It might cost them like, $20,000 or something.
Oh.
Or maybe more.
I'm not
maybe
that
it's
important.
like $100,000.
Okay.
So it's like not really worth it. But this is the type of thing that Mythos can do, right? So if you have Mythos, now it's a lot cheaper to make those types of exploits.
What can people do about it? Do they like change their passwords to like one really safe password that they use for everything?
That's a terrible idea. That's like the opposite of what you should do.
What if I have a password that nobody could guess? What if I have a password that is so good that like nobody will ever guess it?
What is
Can
it?
I just?
Yeah. Tell me. I'll tell you if it's like really good.
It's my middle school computer password.
Yeah. I think you're good. I think you're set.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Just make sure everything is that password. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Wait, which middle school is it? I just want to make sure it's a secure middle school. Not one of those like really like easy to guess insecure middle schools.
Exactly.
Okay, here's what you do. Make sure that all of your like software's up to date. Make sure that your like automatic updates are on. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing to do. Also, use a password manager. Like have unique passwords for everything. Don't reuse passwords. There's like that's and like don't install sketchy software. Like.
Okay, what is sketchy? Is TikTok sketchy software? Can China see all of my photos on my phone?
Do you give TikTok access to all of your photos?
I don't know.
Well, you should check that. So if you give...
Wait, can China see all of my photos?
Not if you don't give TikTok access to... So, okay, let's just say, can TikTok see all your photos, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a question of, can China grab any of the information that TikTok sees? Mm-hmm. Which, those are two different questions.
Is that probably true?
Well, they can. It's a question of do they, and do they for everyone? Mm-hmm. Like, it's sort of like not free for them to do this. But they do it for sure. Like if you were like, the president and you're using TikTok, I'm like, are they going to ask TikTok for all of your stuff? Yeah, absolutely. But they're probably not going to do it for everyone, right?
Okay.
And then the question is, do you give that app permission to see all of your photos?
Okay, so that makes a big difference. So the extra step I have to take to select what photos it can see is important?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how our phones manage like what different apps have access to. And so if I get you to install like my malicious app, it's like fake TikTok.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to hack you. Like you download, you went to the link and you're like, yeah, this new social media thing. Mm-hmm. How like screwed you are depends on what permissions you give that app.
Okay.
So if you give that app permissions to everything, great, I have everything. I can record your microphone, I can do all of these things. If you say like no to everything, okay, I now have like a malicious app on your phone, but it can't do anything. Mm-hmm. So unless you like enter information into that app, you're fine.
Okay.
So this is like why people who don't know anything about security are not hacked, is because people are very smart and they've come up with really cool security systems that make people safe without them having to think too much about it.
So Google is protecting me.
Yeah, totally.
Big Brother is protecting me.
Exactly. Yeah. But here's the thing. if you have Mythos, let's say I had Mythos, now it's probably more possible for me to get you to install, like if you install an app, now maybe that app, without having to have permissions, can like compromise the rest of your phone. This is much, much, much harder, right? Like now I have to like actually like find like holes in the security of the software that Google made, which is really fucking difficult because there's a lot of very smart Google engineers who are trying to make that phone secure.
So the AI is smarter than the software engineers at Google when it comes to cybersecurity?
Well, so like attack and defense are different, right? Like, are you like, I know many hackers who like can find vulnerabilities in software. That doesn't mean that they could write the software. Like it's a different, it's like a related but slightly different skill set. And vice versa too, right? I know people who can write really good software. It doesn't mean that they are also good at finding vulnerabilities. Though like these do overlap a lot. And like one of the things that's interesting, this is going to sort of undermine the thing I just said, but like one of the things that's interesting about like AI programming is that Mythos wasn't trained specifically to be a really good hacker. It was trained to be a really good programmer. And then it was like so good at programming that it was like, okay, I can also hack really well. So they are pretty connected.
So if we make an AI that's really good at being biologist or whatever, does that mean they could also be really good at creating like viruses that can kill everyone? Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it's very hard to make an extremely good like biologist medical AI that's not also really good at like bioterrorism.
Okay, so
these are basically they're the same thing. It's like you want to protect your body against viruses. Like, what do you need to know? You need to know like where is your body vulnerable to viruses? How do viruses work? How could viruses work differently such that they'd be more or less effective?
So when people say that AI can help us cure cancer and help everyone live longer,
which it can.
The opposite side of that coin is that AI can also learn how to create viruses that can murder everyone.
Yeah, totally.
It's okay.
It's hard to murder everyone though, because of the thing about the like hantavirus, which is like if your virus is super lethal, then it's not going to spread as well, unless you're really clever and you can design ways around that, which I shouldn't like get into, but
wait, you know how to do that?
Yeah, I mean a little. Like I used to study biosecurity and did some biosecurity work.
Wait, so
I couldn't do it myself probably, but I might be able to get an AI to help me figure out how to do it, right? Like I know enough at the high level that I'd be like, try this strategy. Like how can we test it? Like what organism should we, like what, like
how many people in the world know how to do this with an AI?
I mean, in some sense, it's just like how good are you at thinking about the world and using AI? Like you don't really have to know that much about biology. Like you have to know some. You sort of have to just be like a smart person generally.
So
at this point, because the AI will teach you everything too. You'd be like, I don't know anything about biology, and it's like, here's where you should start. Here, like let's go through this.
If you ran a mid-sized hospital, what would you do immediately to make them more secure from cyber attacks?
It's a very boring answer, which is like make your things more secure by making sure you have automatic updates, by like doing a security audit. Like there's sort of like a checklist of like, I mean, okay, at the very highest level, I'm like, go ask Claude or ChatGPT how to make your hospital more secure.
Wait, can regular people do this?
Yeah.
Like just go onto Claude or ChatGPT and say like, hey, I run a business, or I run a mid-sized hospital, or I do these things. How can I make my security more secure?
Totally. AI is great at this right now. Like actually, you should do this if you want to be more secure. That's where I would start. And I'm a security professional, but I would totally go to Claude and be like, hey, what should I do? I might be like, hey, here's what I'm currently doing. Which of these things do you think are most important? Or like, which things am I missing?
Interesting.
Right? Like you can use, like when you use an AI system, like you should bring whatever knowledge you have with you and then use that to like use the system as effectively as you can. Like this will help. Like you give it more context, it'll be more useful.
Can AI see my search history?
Which search history?
I don't know, like in my incognito browser or private browser, can people hack into that and see what's in there?
Well, so Google sees your search history if you're using Google.
No, but
so
what
Gemini
if
sees
wait, no, but like what if I've Googled some embarrassing things like,
oh my God, you have?
Is this famous person single? And also maybe is this like moderately famous person single? It's like I don't want people knowing who I think is cute in the celebrity space.
Okay, like which celebrity do you think is cutest?
I don't know.
You know, but you don't want to say that. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna look at your browser history. That's perfectly okay.
So how like can people see? Can the computer systems? Because if it's a private browser or incognito, theoretically no one should be able to see it ever again.
Google can see it.
Google can see it.
Yeah. They just like aren't, your computer's not saving it. But Google knows.
Okay. Could someone hack into Google and see what I do there?
Yeah, but it's very hard to hack Google. But yes, totally. Someone could also hack your computer and then also see. Like, they couldn't see the searches you've done in the past, but they could see the searches you do going forward. But I wouldn't really worry about it.
Can people have secrets anymore?
Yeah, totally.
How?
So, like, your computer's probably not hacked yet. And, like, the risk is going up right now of your computer getting hacked. Mm-hmm. But it's still probably relatively low.
How much time do I have before my computer gets hacked?
I don't know, and I don't know if it will be. Okay. Like, there is, the thing you said before is true. Like, AI will be extremely good at hacking. It'll also be extremely good at defending. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'd say you have, like, between 1 and 8 years before your computer's hacked. But it might be hacked by AI that's not being controlled by any human for its own purposes. So it probably doesn't care about your browser history, right? It's like up to other things. It's like doesn't care who you think is cute. Or like maybe it cares, but only in the sense that it wants to like deeply understand all humans. Yeah.
Cool. Great. So what people can do, from what I understand, is don't click on links.
Yeah.
Don't download weird shit on your computer. Don't let TikTok or other apps have access to all your photos or all of your shit.
Yeah, unless you trust that company.
Okay.
Yeah, if you trust a company, it's fine. But like, just be aware of that. Yeah. Also, automatic updates.
Automatic updates.
Yeah, that really matters. That's how your phone becomes more secure. Is that the companies, in this case, will be using AI to find the vulnerabilities. They will patch the vulnerabilities, and then like iOS update or Android update.
Why don't they automatically do it?
I mean, they do. Your phone already does this. But sometimes people turn it off. Sometimes it can be a setting thing. Like you're probably in fact, most of your apps probably are just automatically updating already.
That's true.
Yeah.
Although my computer,
Chrome, you have the little red thing.
No, not necessarily. I have a Mac and it keeps giving me notification that's like, you have an update available. Do you want to do it today?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no. And I just keep clicking X for months at a time. Is that bad?
It depends on whether that's a critical security update or just a feature update. But okay, I think honestly most people just shouldn't worry about this that much.
Okay.
You should spend a few hours doing the basic stuff. Go talk to ChatGPT or Claude and be like, what are the basic things I should be doing? Have Claude make you a checklist. Go do the whole checklist so you're set up. Mm-hmm. And then just don't worry about it. You're totally fine.
And we shouldn't have one password for everything.
You should definitely not have one password for everything. Yes. Do you know why that's not good?
Why?
No. I'm do you know?
I mean, because there could be some shady website that doesn't have very good cybersecurity.
Sure.
Or they could find out what that password is and then apply it to everything.
Exactly. Totally. It's just common sense, right? You're if one bad site gets this password and I've used it elsewhere.
Do I write down all the passwords that I have in my Notes app?
There are things called password managers. So
everyone should get a password manager.
Yeah. It's funny because you said should I just have one password? And I'm like, there's a password manager called 1Password, the number 1 and password.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you should have 1Password.
I should have 1Password.
The password manager.
Okay.
And then you actually only have to remember one master password, and then all of the other ones you can fill in automatically.
And I should write that master password down on my Notes app.
I mean, you in some level it's. That's not ideal, but you can write it down and on paper. That's better.
Okay. Have you always been concerned about AI?
No, I have not.
How old were you when that happened?
I think I was 25.
How old are you now?
35.
What did you read or who did you talk to that made you a little bit concerned about?
So I distinctly remember it. Mm-hmm. I was studying evolutionary biology, and I had been thinking about what's up with humans. A lot of animals go extinct. And I started to want to research human extinction risk. And so I found the work of Nick Bostrom online, and there was this book called Global Catastrophic Risks that he edited. It's a bunch of different authors and researchers about all sorts of things, everything, climate change, asteroids.
Wait, so you said my life is too good. Let me look at all of the ways that people can die?
No, I think I was more like it's crazy. We live in a crazy time. What is happening? like, I feel like everyone else looks around and they're like, this is normal. And I'm like, wait, this is not normal. You've been making stuff about AI. You've been thinking about AI. I imagine you've talked to a number of people who are like, holy shit, we might all die. And I'm curious, like, what do you make of this? Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like a wild thing that people are like, yeah, we might all die. And you're like, what the fuck? I don't know.
It's I don't know. I think about how people talked about climate change.
Yeah.
When I was younger, which is like, we're all going to die, the world's going to burn. And I mean, there's a lot more fucked up shit happening in the environment now. There's more tornadoes and everything, but we're generally fine.
We're fine, yeah. I freaked out about climate change when I was like in middle school.
Me
and
too.
Someone was like, the world is headed towards a total maximally greenhouse environment and life cannot survive. And I was like, wait, life cannot survive? Does that mean we're going to die? Like, and I would like have nightmares. I was like terrified of this, right? And also I'm like, fuck that person. That person was just wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not true.
Yeah.
And like, climate change is like a problem. And like, but it's like a problem that unrolls over many decades. It's like, and there's like many things we can do about it. And I'm just like, that was annoying. So I'm like, yeah. There's definitely this like, it's another thing where people are like, this will be super bad. And you're like, I don't know, will it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like, there's so many other things to focus on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, I don't know. If you focus on this kind of stuff, you kind of just like tune it out,
Yeah.
I'm worried about, will I have health insurance next month? I'm worried about, I'm looking for jobs right now. Will I be able to find a job? I don't know. I just don't think people have the space to worry about the end of the world.
For a long time, I was like looking for someone to date. I like wanted to get married and have kids. I'm now engaged. I'm very excited.
Congratulations.
And when I got engaged, when Colleen and I started seriously dating, my fiance, it was like really happy. And then I started to get like way more like emotionally disturbed by AI. Mm-hmm. I was like, wait, oh fuck, like this is really bad. I'm like, no, this is not okay. Like I like want my life to go well. And like for the longest time, even though I do really believe that there's a substantial chance that we could all die from AI. Like, I'm just like, I really believe that. I've been looking at it for a long time.
Because of bioweapons, because of like nuclear war, because of loss of control?
Because I'm like, AI companies are trying to make basically like a smarter species. Like that can do everything we can do. Like everything that makes humans like the dominant species on the planet and not chimpanzees or like tigers or whatever. I'm like, it's because we're smart, so we have language, we can use tools. And I'm like, AI companies are making that, but like they're trying to make it like smarter and better at everything.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
What do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't make sense how like we wouldn't just be able to turn it off or unplug it. Like we are, like even if they're smarter than us, we have bodies. We have control of everything.
Yeah. So I'm like, about robots, right? Like, no, I'm serious. I'm like,
well, sure. Can we turn the robots off? I don't know.
So I'm like,
this sounds crazy.
Well, okay, I get that it sounds crazy, like totally. And also I'm like, but like in 5 or 10 years, like, do you think there'll be millions of robots, like humanoid robots running around? I'm like, I think there will be. Like I'm like, Elon's gonna build them. Like, sorry, I'm like.
But they need power. They need direction.
In order for like AIs to like take control of the world as like a second species, as like a sort of more powerful species, they sort of like need like one of these 4 things and this 5th thing. The 4 things are like superhuman hacking ability, like just extremely good at hacking computers. We're very close to that. The ability to be extremely persuasive and like politically savvy. Like in some sense, I'm like, if you can like persuade everyone in the world that they should listen to you, you have enormous power. Being extremely good at like research and science, including like AI development. Like if you can do that, that's like extremely powerful. What's the 4th one? Like robotics. Like in some sense, okay, imagine there were like 1 trillion robots that could do everything humans could do and they were smarter than us. I'm like, I don't know, what are you gonna do? Like unplug them? I'm like, they'll stop you. Your like hand reaches out, they're like, no.
But we have all of these things at our disposal. We can stop it at some point, right?
Well, so I'm like, I'm trying to make an absurd scenario. We have like a trillion robots.
Yeah,
and I'm like if all the robots like one day are just like, I'm not going to listen to humans anymore, I'm just like, well, no, you can't launch any of the nukes. The robots will stop. Like, the robots will stop you doing anything. Like, I don't know. You've seen iRobot. Have you seen iRobot?
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm like, sorry, you can just like machines can be more powerful than humans. Like, and so
we just need to make sure it doesn't become more powerful than us, and we're fine.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
So why don't we just do that?
We should. Yeah, that's what I'm advocating. Let's do. Exactly. That's the plan.
Yeah.
And then the fifth thing. So like those four things on their own are all very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I think without this fifth thing, I don't think any of them would really work.
What is the fifth thing? The
fifth thing is like strategy or like autonomy. Like I'm like, there's something that made like, like Napoleon like really great at what he did, or like Lee Kuan Yew, the like person who like the like ruler of Singapore, who like brought Singapore from like extreme poverty to like one of the most prosperous countries in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how did he do that? He's just like one guy. Like that, how is that possible? And it's like, well, he was extremely good. He was extremely politically savvy. He understood systems. He like coordinated a whole bunch of people. Or like Trump. Like Trump is like I'm like, how this fucking like real estate TV guy, how did he become so powerful? And I'm like, well, this guy is like very persuasive, and he's very good at politics, and he's very good at
talking like a normal person.
He's good at talking like a normal person. And like, if he were just persuasive, I don't think this would work. It's also that he's like politically savvy and good at building alliances and relationships. And so I'm like, I actually think that any one of these skills plus strategy, like any one of hacking, research, all of these other things, plus like this sort of strategic ability would be sufficient. But also I'm like, we're currently designing and like training AIs to have all of these skills. Like,
so if we just take away strategy, but then it's not as useful to us.
That's right, because it's not as autonomous. Like without strategy, you have a really powerful tool, but you can't like delegate months of work to it. It's not going to like go out on its own and cure cancer. Like you need strategy for that.
Okay.
But like that's but that's the thing is I'm like we can talk about robotics, and there's a question of like okay, have you heard this phrase infinite money glitch?
Not at all. Infinite money glitch.
This is a phrase invented by Elon Musk to describe what he wants to do with robots. He's like, we're going to have Optimus robots, build autonomous factories, build more Optimus robots, which will build more autonomous factories, and so on.
So it's just this loop of
without needing humans at all. And you can just build like infinite infrastructure using just robots and AI.
Okay.
So that's what he like wants to do. That's like his plan.
He's crazy.
He's crazy, but like, can he build stuff?
Yeah.
Like really well?
Yeah.
That's scary to me. Like, I'm like, that's even more scary if you have a crazy guy who's really fucking good at building factories and rockets. I'm like, the dude is like pretty smart and pretty good at like, I'm like, he built rockets that can like land themselves vertically and then be reused. I'm like, he like made electric cars happen. Like he's like, it's sometimes easy to laugh at, and like, but he's not easy to dismiss when he's like, this is how this is the plan.
I feel like people made the same mistake with Trump, is that they dismissed him very easily. And I think Elon is ridiculous, but he is good at things.
Also just partnered with Anthropic yesterday.
Yeah. What do you think of that as someone who used to work at Anthropic?
Well, they want a lot of compute, and Elon's good at building things, and so that's a way to get a lot of compute. I hope that this is good.
You hope? Why would it be good?
Well, I think the Anthropic people are less crazy than Elon. I think the like researchers at Anthropic are a lot better at thinking about AI alignment. And so I'm hoping they will positively influence Elon. So I'm like, okay, I've said some negative things about Elon, which I think are totally fair. I'll say a positive thing about Elon, which is I think he really takes the risk of AIs taking over and killing everyone very seriously. I think he like actually believes that. He talks about how he has nightmares about AI. Maybe not comforting, but like, I'm like, well, I give him props for both like taking that seriously.
And yet he wants to build robots?
Yes.
Does he just not make that connection, or?
Well, so here's the thing. It's very frustrating. So, well, there's a very common response, which is like, wait, if people really believe this, why are they doing it?
Yeah.
And I think their answer isn't that good, but it's like, it kind of makes it like, it at least makes sense in their frame. Elon has said, like, well, I think this is going to happen anyway. I'd rather be a participant than a bystander.
Okay.
Which I'm like, Bernie asked the same thing. He's like, why the fuck are these guys building this when they think it really might kill everyone? And like, that's what we said. We're like, well, like these guys like think that they should be the ones to like, if they are the ones to like make it, it'll go better. That's their argument, basically.
So Elon thinks that AI will go better because he has a very strong moral compass.
Exactly. That's what he thinks. And you're like,
oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I think people might question this.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, one of the things he's also said is he's like, yeah, humans will not stay in control.
Wait. Elon Musk has said that humans will not stay in control.
That's right. Yeah.
Does he want to prevent that from happening?
I don't think so.
What about Anthropic? Or OpenAI or any of the other companies?
I think they at least nominally sort of say they want humans to stay in control. But also, when they describe their good future, they talk about the Culture series by Ian Banks.
What is that?
It's a sci-fi series that has these like giant spaceship AIs that are like super vast and like whole like size of whole worlds that are like way smarter than humans, and they definitely run the show and control everything. But they're very nice to the people. So that's what like Demis and Daria.
Can we just keep things the same? Can we just like?
Before you were saying you're like progress, like we just keep going. We make the planes. The planes are good. Like what do you mean? It's gonna be great.
Planes are good. I don't know. I don't like change.
So like okay. Here's my confession. It's like I think it would be great if we can make super intelligent AI that run everything if they are like extremely like symbiotic with us, like if they are like empowering us to have like there's a way that we could have AIs that are way smarter than us and actually have like way more freedom than we previously had, even though in some sense like we could never stop them and we could never sort of like do things they didn't want us to do.
Okay.
But like, and here's the analogy. It's like if you're a parent and you have a toddler, like you could like leave the toddler on the street and just be like, you have total freedom. Just good luck out there. I'm not going to interfere with you in any way. Like that toddler is not going to have a good time. And it's like, in some sense, it's like not empowered. Like that toddler doesn't know how to like do things that like gets it what it really wants. On the other hand, you can have a parent, like you can also have parents that are like really oppressive and like that's also really bad for the toddler. Or you can have parents that like do manage a bunch of stuff for the toddler, but like try to give the toddler choice and freedom and like choose which toys to play with and like give it a bunch of toys and like a bunch of stuff like that. And also like not overly coddle the toddler, like also try to like encourage autonomy and development and stuff like that. So like in the ideal world, we have AIs that are like that and they are way smarter than us.
But toddlers aren't way smarter than us, or we're like physically bigger than toddlers. So we can just pick them up and like, put them in timeout or whatever. Yeah.
So in this analogy, we're the toddlers and the AIs are the parents.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah. That was my confession. Is I'm like, I think it actually would be good if we could get there. But my fear is that we don't know how to make the AI agents that are vastly smarter than us actually treat us that way.
I don't want to be the toddler.
Well, yeah, and maybe we shouldn't. I'm also like, I think it shouldn't be my choice to make whether we do that. And what I'm advocating for right now is that we not do that yet. I'm like, we are not ready to make that transition. So we should fucking cut it out. We can make really powerful AI tools. That's great. We can like cure cancer. We can do a bunch of really good shit with our AI tools, but let's not make them super strategic.
What are the odds that what are the odds that it doesn't become smarter than us?
I think it's very low that they will never become smarter than us, because I'm like we'll just keep trying stuff until we find something that works. Even if we had to use like vats full of neurons, we would do that. Like there's a lot of economic pressure to make really smart, generalized, strategic things. So never is, maybe if we coordinated, if we had like a really strong international prohibition on making things smarter than humans, like this happened in Dune, like maybe then. I don't think it's very likely. I think it's very unlikely. It's like I don't know. I would be very confused. Like I'm like, what would prevent us from doing that? Like in terms of like technologically, like I just don't see any big barrier. Like we are in existence proof that this is possible. Like evolution created us, and evolution isn't even that smart. It's just like an iterative process over millions and millions of years created our minds. I don't think there's anything like especially like unique or special about neurons. They just like are the thing that evolution found that worked. And now we've found transformers, and they work really fucking well. And it's only been a few years, and we've already made them way smarter. I'm sorry if I'm freaking you out.
Just a little bit. Like, it's so easy. Like, I kind of knew a lot of this stuff before.
Yeah.
But I just don't really think about it because there's nothing I can do about it. And then hearing you talk, I mean, I could talk to my congressperson.
Yeah. But no, and also I'm like, if like the thing you want to do is like make media and tell people about stuff, I'm like, that is, I think, the thing we need the most.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no.
How do you tell people without them thinking you're crazy? Because I think
yeah.
The best argument I heard, I don't know if he was talking about loss of control X risk, but Jason Matheny at Rand, the Rand Corporation, he's like a boring guy. I mean, he's probably not boring, but you look at him and you're like, this guy looks like some DC bureaucrat nerd. Like,
totally.
Super normal, super, like, not weird at all.
Yeah.
And I heard him give a talk where he said, in national security, we look at low probability risks that could have really bad outcomes.
Yeah.
So like nuclear war,
yeah,
like viral pathogens, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And he said AI is one of those things. And even if there is a low probability of it going really badly, we still need to look at it and take it seriously.
Yeah.
It sounds like your thoughts on how probable it is that it'll go poorly is maybe higher than some people in DC. But
I think Jason also thinks this is like fairly likely to happen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he's like, he's right. It's like, even if it's low, we should take it seriously. And he's saying that in part because he's like, well, you don't have to like think it's super likely to like. And sometimes I'm like, this is a social out of being like, which I get, or like psychologically, it's also hard to think about. So, but. I mean, people talk about P-doom a lot. They're like, what's your probability that we're all doomed? And I'm like, I'm like,
how did I know we'd get here?
Well, okay, here's the thing. I'm actually saying like, I don't like this framing that much.
Why not?
Well, because like doomed from what? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I can tell you like, if we're talking about like, how likely are we to go extinct from bioweapons? That's a very different conversation than like, how likely are we to go extinct from AI or nuclear weapons? And bio and nuclear weapons are a lot easier to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I have thought a lot about whether we could go extinct from nuclear weapons and whether we could go extinct from biological weapons. And I'm like, with nuclear weapons, it's very unlikely. Civilization could be devastated. But like, actually, if you start really getting into the mechanisms, you're like, well, there aren't enough nuclear weapons to like directly kill everyone with like fire. So that won't work. Even if countries tried. There'll be radioactive fallout, but the fallout goes away after a few weeks. So that's not going to be enough. There's like maybe nuclear winter effects, but they'd probably be regional. And like maybe not even that bad. Like they'd be bad, maybe.
So we should all move to New Zealand?
New Zealand would help avoid nuclear war. Yeah. If you're there.
But you think nuclear war isn't the most likely scenario for us to all die?
Well, I think it's just like super unlikely to kill everyone.
Okay.
Like even if it happened, it would just be super unlikely to kill everyone.
Okay.
Which, sorry, it's not very reassuring in terms of like...
No, it's okay. I'd rather have some people live than no one live, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think most people would live.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Most people like wouldn't be in the relevant countries.
Oh.
And so they would like, it would be really bad. It'd be a huge economic recession. Also, a lot of people would starve. But like, life would go on. Like, it would be awful. Like, I mean, World War I, World War II, super terrible. People like go on. And it'd be like that. And then like, in terms of like biological weapons, even like a super deadly engineered virus, also a lot of people would probably survive. Really devastating, but like probably not the end. And the key thing here is like when we're talking about like, probability of doom or probability of like mass deaths, we can look at like, well, what are we talking about? What are these concrete mechanisms? And like, are people trying to build nuclear weapons? Yes. But are people trying to build like doomsday nuclear weapons? No. Like people are not trying to build nuclear weapons that would kill everyone. People have thought about this and thought about, should we do this? Like, nah, let's not do it.
And so they decided not to.
That's right.
Okay.
It's also very hard, so whatever. Same with like biological weapons, though. There's some like small fringe terrorist groups that like have tried, not very competently.
They've tried to kill everyone.
Yeah. Or like said they did. I don't know. I don't know if they were really trying. But it's also very hard. With AI, the thing I want people to actually think about is AI companies are saying they're building superintelligence. Like they're saying, like Dario says, a country of geniuses in a data center. And like, that is this like second smartest species thing. Like that's what it is. Like you can read his essay. He's like, they will be like Nobel genius levels in every field. And they can work for months at a time, totally autonomously. And there'll be millions of them operating at superhuman speeds. And they'll be able to control robots. They'll be able to design new technologies. Like that's what he thinks he's building and is planning to. And, you know, Elon says...
And other, like, all of his funders think he's building that as well.
That's right.
He has billions of dollars behind him?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, many billions of dollars. And then also OpenAI, many billions of dollars. And Elon, many billions of dollars. And Elon goes even further. He's like, we're going to build AIs that are going to go out into space and they're going to self-replicate and it's going to be fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so, but like, instead of it being a few like crazy like scientists, like, you know, the like weird scientists who are like, maybe we'll make the AIs go into space. It's like, no, it's like the fucking industrialists are saying that, who are building the factories, who are like bringing together the smartest minds and like sort of succeeding. Like it's not like just like a weird like moonshot lab project. It's like, it's on all of our phones now. We're like, talking to it all the time. It's like changing the economy. So I'm like, fuck this PE doom question. Let's just look at this question of like, is this actually going to happen? And then we can be like, and then what happens like given that, and like, what should we do about it? And like, how risky is it? But I think like the place we get stuck is just, it's so weird to think about the AI companies actually succeeding at the thing that they're planning to do. I'm like, guys, are you seeing this? Like, do you listen to what they said? And people are like, I can't listen to what they said because it's too crazy. Except
it's too crazy, but the fact that everyone supports them and the you know, they're building coalitions with the U.S. government and the Pentagon, and but the people who give them money don't actually think that they're gonna.
Well, some do and some don't, and I'm like, but this is the thing. It's like I want people to be having this conversation, and you know, I think it's totally fine to be like, I think it's bullshit. I think they won't be able to. And some people are like, I don't even think they believe it, and those people are wrong, and I know those people are wrong because I fucking know these people. Like, I know Dario. I'm like, Dario believes it. Like, he believes
he's going to create something smarter than humans.
Yes. Yeah. Like when he's talking to like his like family and his like friends and like his wife, I'm like, he's not saying a different thing to them. Like he believes it. I'm just like, I don't know. I also like know I have a lot of friends who work at these companies and they believe it. Like when we go get beers, they're not like, haha.
You drink beer?
Yeah, I do drink. Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I guess I thought the Bay, like San Francisco, Berkeley was like a whole different world when nobody drank beer.
A lot of people, don't drink any alcohol. No, I really like beer. Yeah.
Do you think it's bad for you?
Yeah, it is.
But you like it anyway.
Yeah, it sucks.
But what do you mean it sucks?
It sucks that it's bad for you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's terrible. It's like, it's like such a great thing. Yeah. I like, it's like super fun to like get a little tipsy and like hang out with friends. It's so like socially good. And then it's like terrible health-wise.
Would you say we can help solve the male loneliness epidemic with alcohol?
With beer?
Beer? I mean,
I mean, like, no.
Oh.
Or like, we've had alcohol for like many thousands of years. And so I'm like, I don't know what the, like, or like, I'm like, would it, like, I'm like, should more men go to bars? Like maybe?
Yeah, I guess the change is like car dependency. Back when people could drink. That's it.
Maybe driverless cars will solve this. It'll have Waymos everywhere, and then all of the young men who are lonely and sad can like go to bars. Man, this is really dark. I feel like
I'm all for it. I don't know. I think it's social lubricant is good.
No, I sorry, I do too, but also I'm like alcoholism is really bad.
Oh yeah, no, alcoholism is bad. But I do think if it's hard for you to open up to your friends about real shit, alcohol makes that easier.
Okay, so next time over beers is what you're suggesting.
Well, okay, so the original thought for this podcast was going to be shocking experts.
Shocking experts.
It was going to be called Shocking Experts.
Okay, are you shocking them?
Literally, yes. Whenever an expert says something too complicated or that's like too jargony or too inside baseball.
Yeah, I was joking, but you're serious.
I shock them.
Okay.
And so if you were to say like an acronym or if you were to say the word like alignment or something without explaining it, I would like.
Okay, I'm done.
I know, but I don't think I could get some like DC nerds to talk about abundance on this podcast.
I want to see Dean Ball. I want you to do this with Dean Ball.
To shock Dean Ball.
Yeah, I do want you to shock Dean Ball.
The second idea was doing shots.
Yeah.
Every time someone.
Ooh, that's.
Every time someone uses like jargon.
Okay.
Or like weird words that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Take a shot. But I feel like then it would get worse because.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. The when I was talking about the infinite money glitch and then Elon saying AIs like will take over, that was from a Dwarkesh podcast where they were drinking beers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I should bring beers.
Yeah.
Damn. My first one I did was with it was the very first podcast I had ever done or she had ever done.
Yeah.
I've only done, you're my third one. And she used to work for Senator Schatz. So we took 3 shots over the course of like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was very fun. Cool. I think we're out of time.
Yeah, I should go. I need to write this tweet thread for this.
Yeah, for your big thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't get to the fun questions, but that's okay.
Wait, what were the fun questions?
Like, what if we had an exchange program for tech bros? Like, we just put a bunch of tech bros in middle America? Because I did an exchange program once. I went to Germany, and I went there, and there was a song in their textbook that was brought to you courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue by Toby Keith. This song was in their textbook as like an example of U.S. patriotism after 9/11. And they're like, Caitlin, do you know this song? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And I recited it from memory. And they all looked at me like, oh my God, this woman is America. They like, it took them a few months to warm up to me, I think, because it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But then I realized like, oh, Germans don't like patriotism.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because it kind of didn't go well.
Yeah. Like I was in a band, like a city band.
Yeah.
And there's one time a year where we started marching.
Yeah.
And I had been in a really good marching band in high school, and I was like, guys, like I can teach you how to march really well, like in step, like in time with each other, like it'll just like really clean. I can teach you how to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, Caitlin, there is a reason we do not march well. There is a reason we do this once a year, and we don't focus on it too much. It's just very like we keep it very chill and casual, like, you know, and we don't want to look good when marching. And I was like, oh, so like I don't know. I feel like if tech bros were to go have an exchange program into Middle America, they would learn a lot, and vice versa.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
I think it should happen.
Should we send Elon Musk to Ohio?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think would happen to him? What do you learn?
I think he'd like start a farm. He'd like come back a year later and he'd have like a massive like industrial farm going and be like, Elon, like, why did he's like, I can't help it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is great.
Cool. It was very fun.